The goal is to create change at a low cost in terms of time and capital, and to increase the pace of innovation released after testing. Long design phase. Agile hardware design patterns help here. Reuse and inheritance allow for the use of the best from a library of tested hardware designs and components. This library is organized by use and attributes for reuse, and these can be extended to create new capabilities. So we start with the last SpaceX rocket design, and then we apply patterns about cooling, patterns relevant to rocket engine design. Patterns are about cooling, ablative shedding, fuel spray, fuel pressure, fuel atomization. These patterns shorten the design loop. Agile hardware design patterns are categorized in my book called Scrum Master, the Agile Seminar for Business Performance by Joe Justice. Integration problems. A team made an update, but now it doesn't work with the rest of the system. How do we reduce that risk? Continuous integration development. Continuous integration development. When a project is too large to be complete in entirety, the hardware project or one version of it is split into a single cycle, less than a month cycle. We then recommend that the product is split into extra small size projects that can be executed at the same time without waiting on each other in parallel. So we take a rocket motor for SpaceX and we split it into as many teams as we have waiting, maybe 30 teams. We split it into 30 systems that can each be fully tested on their own. So like the ablative material team, the fuel injection, the rocket fuel motor team with their own software control, their own Q&A, because we can deploy an updated motor, rocket motor, to spray fuel in without changing the rest of the system. We simply have a higher rate of spray and can adjust if we use that higher rate or not. So the trick is to cut the system into projects that don't have to wait on each other, and each should take less than a month, even at our current speed, or we need to keep cutting, keep splitting. Continuous integration development is the process of testing what the team has worked on every day with a stable interface that already exists. Expensive to change in production. We've already invested in production tooling, line setup, associate training for the current system. We don't want to disrupt that. Line setup practices are what help us here. Set up the production line. The goal is to create change at a low cost in terms of time and capital, and to increase the pace of innovation released after testing. To achieve this, the structure of the production line must be changed. Movable lean production systems, nonlinear lean cell production systems, etc. For more information on this, you can see the YouTube I posted on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JoeJustice0. Someone else already claimed Joe Justice and the handle Joe Justice. So I'm Joe Justice 0 on YouTube. And that video is from the opening of Giga Texas. It's called Cyber Rodeo, the opening party for Giga Texas. And I show how Tesla sets up their lines in 3 dimensions. Costly and complex distribution, the supply chain crunch. We can reduce the risk here with continuous deployment. The last step in the production line is the value the company wants to receive. If necessary, even minor steps are treated as if they were concrete steps on the production line. And all of these actions are handled as cards in a series of backlogs by an agile team. In this way, the rhythm of change spills over into the entire value stream of the product. The idea here is we never stop testing, we never stop design, and that testing is conducted on the same line, not in a separate facility. Maybe not final testing, maybe that needs to be done for legal reasons at a third party or with a government office, but we have conducted the same tests that the government will run or the third party certifier will do before the product leaves our manufacturing line. And that's expensive. It's required to go this fast. Then design is done at the point of production. An important key, if you're trying to think like Elon Musk, is there is no separation physical separation or budget separation between R&D or new product development and product manufacturing and product test and maintenance. They're the same people pulling from the same budget, and they work on one product, all aspects: design, production, maintenance, supply chain. Same people work on all aspects of the same product instead of splitting by skills. This allows for a continuous release of newly tested, newly designed product on several assembly lines running in parallel, any one of which might be down for R&D to being done on a real production line at any given time. Costly to change high volume products. For that, we use scale patterns. Scale patterns. By adding, dismantling, diverting, and benefiting from lean cells via a practice called Metascrum maybe, or coordination across teams, we find that we can dynamically increase or decrease production and adjust the pace of innovation without the need for regular change management cycles. For complete information, see the upcoming book, Group Scrum. There's more information in the current book, Scrum Master. You don't have to use Scrum. That's just what I happen to title the book, because it's also compatible with an Agile system called Scrum. Tesla, SpaceX don't use Scrum anymore. It's too slow for them now. But Scrum is a great place to start, in case you're familiar, in case you already have some of what's called Scrum. But you don't have to use Scrum. Musk doesn't. Waiting on vendors and suppliers. For this, we use partner patterns. Example, provide the interface to the supplier instead of a detailed specification. The next level of this pattern is to provide the test fixture and test procedures directly to the supplier. This allows for optimization that could not be achieved in situations where the supplier and the design team are separated. It allows for speed, cost, durability, and innovation through supplier expertise that would not be possible if detailed design and manufacturing were separated.